Hi, everybody. Tom Van Hoy with this edition of the Pitt State Baseball Insider Show with Gorilla head coach Matt Murray. Coach Murray begins his second year at PSU, just the third head coach in Pitt State history. Follows Howard Lonnie and Steve Beaver. Successful debut last year. Pitt State finished 29-24, 22-19, 8th in the MIAA. Made the playoffs that advanced to the Final Four in Kansas City after beating Central Missouri 2-3 in Hayes. Coach Murray came to Pitt State after 5 years as an assistant at Central Missouri. Pitt State then lost to Mo Southern in Kansas City 9-0, beat Central Oklahoma there 3-1, then eliminated by Missouri Western 11-4. Pitt State's first postseason appearance in 9 years, the 29 wins, the most in 2005. 8 players earned all MIAA recognition 1 year ago. Senior left-hand pitcher Matt Stalkup taken 9th round Major League Baseball draft by the Oakland A's. Pitt State preseason number 6 in the MIAA baseball coaches poll this year. It took an extra week to open this year. Normally does, right, this time of the year in our part of the country because of the weather. But did play 3 with Oklahoma Christian on the road last weekend. Went 1-2, lost on Friday 9-4, then played 2 on Saturday at Putnam City High School, losing Game 1 9-4. Bounced back, though, with a solid win in Game 2, 12-2. Shortened 7 innings by run rule. Nathan Arnold and Aaron Snow combined on a 2-hitter. Here's Coach Murray on the play of his team in Oklahoma last weekend.
It was an opportunity for our club to travel early, to find out some things about our club in a different environment against Oklahoma Christian's a really good club, and they did an outstanding job of putting pressure on us and exposing areas that we certainly need to continue to grow and work on, throughout the course of the season.
Well, had you been able to get outside very much to practice at all? Because I know that in the Midwest this time of year, and everybody knows it, it's pretty difficult those first few games anyway when you have much really live pitching and all that kind of stuff.
Tom, we certainly, our guys leave for Christmas break, and they're away from us for 4 weeks, and when they get back in mid-January, there's about a 3.5-4 week window that we have to prepare them to play the way we would like for them to play, and most of that preparation was done indoor. Fortunately, with our new indoor facility for baseball and softball, we were able to get quite a bit of work in, but we were not able to get outside much. Myself, I feel that I need to do a better job of preparing our guys to play at a high level of certainly defense. We've used this week as the weather's been better, so we've used this week to be outside and continue to prepare for our upcoming series.
Do you ever get a chance, because of the artificial surface over the football stadium, to go over there and take infield or something?
Well, that's correct. Fortunately, our community, the city of Pittsburgh, J.C. Park, has a field turf infield, and they've been kind enough to allow us to use their facility on occasion, and then we were able to use the field turf at our football field. Actually, the day before we left out for Oklahoma, so. Between J.C. Park and having the opportunity to get to our football stadium, it does give us another option.
At this time of year, and given the fact that you don't have much of an opportunity to get outside, and you talked about defense a moment ago, but is there offense or defense? Is there one that's ahead of the other?
Well, typically, it seems to me like pitching is going to be a little bit ahead of your offense this time of the year, and that being said, and that's okay. For us anyhow, I thought that we pitched it okay. We would have certainly liked a better start by Tyler Thompson in Game 1, a better start with George Brandecker, and they'll only get better. I think they were pressing a little bit and that type of thing. So, but we're confident that our pitching staff will continue to get better, and we just need to continue to get better defensively. There are some things offensively that we did this past weekend that I think will continue to improve. We offensively we're going to have to figure out how to beat really good pitching, and sometimes that's making sure that you make it hard on them and try to get in their bullpen and that type of thing. So certainly early in the season, there's quite a few things we need to continue to improve on.
Visiting today with Matt Murray, the head baseball coach at Pitt State, and coming off 3 games down at Oklahoma Christian. And how was it playing at Putnam City High School?
Well, it is certainly, the Putnam City High School is all field turf, infield and outfield, and so that was a little different for our players, different atmosphere. Although there are quite a few programs in our league that has that field turf, certainly the infield. But it's a nice ballpark. The dimensions played fine. So we were thankful to for that opportunity to play and there at Putnam.
Will I know you juggled your lineup a little bit. Are you trying to define what works right now, or do you have a number of players that are returning for you? And just, I guess, how do you look in year number 2 right now for you?
Well, that's right. I mean, it's just so early. And we did juggle our lineup, and that seems like that's something that will continue throughout certainly the early to mid part of the year, is to try to find the right combination of guys. And I think we have a good solid mix of players that are returning with experience and incoming players. Now it's just our job to put them in the right situation so they can be successful, and that's going to take some time, and fortunately for us, we feel like a good approach with our right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters, so we can balance out our lineup, when needed, and so we'll continue to move players around and throughout the early part of the year and see which guys can work well together.
You mentioned year number 2. How do you feel right now in year number 2 versus how you felt 1 year ago at this time?
Well, I think. I think that our players certainly have a better feel for what we're wanting to do overall as a program and the direction we want to go, and so. But that's going to continue to be the process. I still feel like that. For us in our program. Our priority number 1 is to make sure that we pitch it really well, and number 2 is to defend it well, and number 3 is obviously offense. And so, right now I think it's just a continued understanding that we have to really pitch it and defend it. And so we're going to continue to work on that and stress the importance of playing great defense and limiting our mistakes and understand that we want to build a program that can win in the postseason.
Was it important for you last year to have the kind of success that you did to get you into the tournament? And then I know you had to play out at Hayes, but then beat Central Missouri and got an opportunity to go to Kansas City.
Well, yes, I think that our players certainly prepared well last year, competed well. We had an opportunity to beat a really good program in the postseason, and the thing is I don't necessarily know we still didn't meet our expectations as coaches or players last year, and so we're going to continue to push for that. So I guess that'd be hard to say. with the incoming guys, not necessarily being here last year and seeing what took place to, the work and the process to get to the postseason. I think we're still trying to learn that.
From a recruiting standpoint, and I think people know they're limited opportunities monetarily, but what's your focus in regards to that?
Well, in recruiting, we certainly, I think, we want to make sure that we recruit our local players, and I felt like we've done a great job of that. We'll continue to recruit our local players. The state of Kansas, getting up to Kansas City, over to Wichita, obviously is extremely important. The Guerrilla Advantage allows us to get down into the Tulsa area, over to the Springdale and Fayetteville area, and then of course all the way up the Missouri state line. So from a recruiting side of it, and now, Tom, we have the Guerrilla Edge, and we're able to get the entire state of Missouri, the entire state of Oklahoma, the entire state of Arkansas, and down into Texas. So those are obviously our areas that we need to really focus in on. Our incoming class was probably a 50-50 split with the high school versus transfer. Currently during the fall early period anyhow, we signed exclusively high school players, and so this spring, during the late period, we'll focus a little bit more on the transfer side.
Well, the MIAA conference season comes quickly, doesn't it? You're headed almost after we finish speaking here to Hayes this weekend, and what does that look like? And I mean, with only 3 games under your belt, it's kind of tough to start conference play already, isn't it?
Well, that's a good point. Gosh, yeah, we play 40 total conference games, and with how we elected to schedule this year and even next year, that's only going to give us 3. We only have 3 preseason games. Next year we'll only have 4. And then we'll just the midweeks, Tuesday or Wednesday, throughout March and April. So there's really not a lot of time. That's right. And so once again we were able to play a solid opponent opening weekend in Oklahoma Christian, and they did an outstanding job of exposing us and our weaknesses, and that allowed us to get back to work this week. And my thought is that we'll make a great improvement from the first weekend to the second weekend. I'm excited about seeing our players compete and really play this weekend.
So 4-game series. I'm going to guess. I can read the schedule here. Yeah, single game, doubleheader, and single game. That's a pretty long weekend for you, isn't it?
Well, it is. You're right. We do. We play a single night on Friday, and then we'll play 2 sevens on Saturday and a single night on Sunday. So certainly, you obviously you will need 4 starters there, and guys on the back end of your bullpen to be prepared. I would think somewhere 8 to 10 pitchers that are prepared and ready to go, and so that's critical, number one, and number 2, physically you have to be in shape. You have to be in shape, and we feel like we've done an outstanding job in the weight room and some of our preseason running to put our players in a good physical shape to make sure that they're prepared, throughout the course of the series, because that's very important. Certainly on the road when you're staying, in a different atmosphere and in a hotel and those type of things. So it's I think it's critical that one, that you have solid arms to get you through the weekend, and 2, that you're in great shape physically.
That's Pitt State baseball coach Matt Murray on this edition of the Pitt State Baseball Insider Show. 1st to 4 at Fort Hays State on Friday. Tigers did go 1-2. They opened at Texas A&M International in Laredo last weekend. And then Pitt State and Hays play a doubleheader on Saturday and a single game on Sunday. This does begin MIAA play. Pitt State scheduled at home the 28th with Emporia State, the first of 4th, the Hornets in Pittsburgh. Then go right back on the road, 6 more, including 4 at Central Missouri. So 13, the first 17 games for Pitt State this year away from home. Then, good news, a 10-game homestand follows. I'm Tom Van Hoy.